fellas, welcome to another broadcast of the Lawrence Report. On tonight's broadcast, we'll be discussing episode 5 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Now, let's get into it, y'all. Episode 5 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians was another great episode, in my opinion. Of course, the team is now, in the last episode, we saw Percy. He was like falling through this plane, but he ended up falling, to the ocean and basically meeting his father. His father was kind of like telling him, things are going to be okay. And, don't worry, son, I got your best interest at heart, right? So the scenes open up with Percy Jackson. He's coming out of the water, he's soaking wet, of course, and he sees Annabeth and Grover because they've been searching for Percy, right? They thought maybe Percy may have died, but again, he can't die because, he really can't die because he's half demigod, half human, right? So they finally see Percy, and Percy is doing all this explaining about, hey guys, I'm sorry. I did this on the plane. I just couldn't live with, you guys killing yourself or getting hurt from me. So I figured I will make the sacrifice. I knew that I could handle it, right? And while he's doing all this explaining, to Annabeth and Grover, at the time, they don't care. They're just happy to see him. So we know Annabeth, she rushes to him, she embraces him and gives him a big hug. So while the team, they are on their way hitchhiking, trying to get to LA, because that's basically where Poseidon told them, that's where I need y'all to be. They're hitchhiking on the side of the road, and we end up meeting another Greek god. This time we end up meeting the god of war himself, Ares. He has also been tasked with trying to find Zeus's lightning bolt, and he offers the kids, some aid, some help, but unfortunately, it's a catch to what Ares is about to ask of the three kids. So, Ares is like, hey, I will help y'all out, but I need y'all to get my shield. My shield is left in like this, I think it's like an abandoned amusement park, right? But the one thing that I did love about Ares is he talked about how all the gods are always backstabbing each other and things of that nature. That's why there's this war going on. And nobody really looks out for each other, even though they're supposed to be family, right? But I do believe, what we're seeing with Annabeth and what we're seeing with Percy, this next generation of gods, they're not trying to do all this backstabbing and things of that nature, right? They actually want to look out for each other. They want to show a family unit. So I think that'll be the difference between the old gods versus the new generation of gods that we're seeing. But like I said, for Ares, there's always a catch with him, right? Like, especially if you know the history of the Greek god Ares, right? He never can truly trust him. But like I said, he needs to get his shield, right? But he's like, I help y'all to y'all next destination if y'all can help me get my shield. And of course, the team is kind of, nervous about this right here. But instead, Grover stays back with Ares. And Percy and Annabeth, they end up going on a quest to recover their shield for Ares. So, while Annabeth and Percy, they end up going on the quest to recover the shield, right? But while they're doing it, a sacrifice must be made, right? So Percy ends up becoming the sacrificial lamb, and he decides that he will help recover the shield. So while he's doing it, he gets turned into gold, right? Of course, Annabeth is very emotional about the situation because she doesn't want him to do it, but it seems like that's the only way this thing is going to work out, right? So his whole body transforms into a golden statue. And we get a chance to meet, I'm pretty sure I'm about to butcher his name wrong, Hespetus, another Greek god who basically created the amusement park. And, Annabeth tells him, like, if you're not going to help me, get out my way, right? And she tells him, I don't want to be like the old gods. I'm tired of all this bickering and arguing. And that, my friend here, I got to rescue him and turn him back to his natural form, right? And, Hespetus finally decides to help Annabeth, right? And Percy is basically transformed back to his old self. And they end up getting a shield. And we thought from there, everything would be smooth. But Of course, it's not always a smooth ride with Ares. And I forgot to mention, while all this is going on, these quests and things of that nature right there, Grover is actually stuck with Ares, right? So he is basically trying to get information about Ares, trying to learn the background, figure out what's going on when it comes to Zeus lightning bolt, things of that nature. And he puts enough clues together after basically being pestered by Ares, because Ares was not feeling him Ares was not feeling him as well, right? But Grover knew that he was on a secret side mission, basically to get information out of Ares. So he does get information that he needs. And the team is now finally being able to finally go to LA and hopefully meet up with Poseidon, right, in Santa Monica. But it's revealed at the end of the episode that Grover believes that he knows officially now who took Zeus's lightning bolt, the master lightning bolt. And that's how the episode ends. Kind of like a little cliffhanger, but I know we're going to be moving on to another episode, but still was like it still gave me cliffhanger vibes when it came to this right here. But according to Grover, he finally knows who took the Zeus lightning bolt. So we will have to see, the mystery goes on for Zeus lightning bolt. The mystery goes on for us, get a chance to learn more about Poseidon and the rest of the guys as well. So if you're watching Percy Jackson, please let me know your favorite episode thus far, or what did you like in this episode right here in particular. And as always, thank you for tuning in to The Lawrence Report.